Ted Clark in the 02, then Skip Patton, Spuds McKenzie, Ricky Dennis in the 32, Bill Herring, Robert Patton, and Terry Reel. Now the top 6 vote getters are already locked in. They'll start in the first 3 rows of the favorite driver race, and now we're set to fill out the rest of the field. Hey, before we go, look up on top of the announcer's tower. Those of you in front here, here comes some free prizes for you. Watch your heads. Work quickly, work quickly. Doink. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm sorry. I told him to throw it easy. I'm sorry. Just had a youngster trample. Work over to the right here, Brian. They're starting to get a little nasty. Work to the right. Just oh, thank you. Yes. All right. The street stocks are ready to go. That's enough of that foolishness. Final chance to qualify for the favorite driver race. Field is under green and they're away. Monty Lemaire down the back chute leads. Steve Lovely, the 54, second. Rick Fleury and Flying Brian, the 25. That's Dizzy Dean Gallison. Dean Gallison and his Steve Copping car runs in 5th. They are racing for their starting positions in the main. And right now, Monty Lemaire is the leader. Good battle going on for 5th. The 25 of Dean Gallison. 47, Mike Rivers. Gallison having a good ride in the Steve Copping car, but can't hold him off in turn 4. Monty Lemaire looking to lock up the number 7 starting position. Econ number 48 is your leader. 54, Steve Lovely trying to hold off Flying Brian. Brian Williams on the outside. 64, Williams has the number 2 spot now. Flying Brian goes to 2nd. 54, Steve Lovely is 3rd. In 4th, the 56. Rick Fleury, 56 is 4th. 5th is the 47, Mike Rivers. 19, Jerry Humiston. Then Jimmy Young, Rose Airsteer, Dean Gallison, and Cal Poulin in the Spuds McKenzie car. Halfway done, Rick Dennis, look out! Pile up! Rick Dennis and Skip Patton play right in front of the leader. Skip Patton brings it right back on. Ricky Dennis over the top and the 32 machine is rolling. Halfway done in the favorite driver, B feature. Dennis in the 32 heading for safety. Will try and get it back on. Way out in front, the Enduro Warrior, Monty Lemaire in the 48 machine. Flying Brian Williams running 2nd. Steve Lovely 3rd. The 47, Mike Rivers is 4th. Rick Fleury in the 56 is 5th. Then Jimmy Young. The 19, Jerry Humiston. Rosaire Sear, Cal Poulin, and Dean Gallison. Monty Lemaire beginning to lose ground now as Brian Monty Lemaire in the 48, the Enduro Warrior, wins the B feature, and he will start in the number 7 spot for the main. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very brief 5-minute intermission to allow you to grab a cup of hot coffee while we line up the B feature for the Tigers. Take a very brief break. We know it's getting cold. We'll line up the B Tigers and then roll them out for their B feature. So very brief 5-minute intermission to let you grab a cup of hot coffee, or for those of you truly sick, maybe a cold soda. And then we'll be set to roll with the Tigers once again. Monty Lemaire, the Enduro Warrior, wins the B feature. He'll start 7th in the $1,000 to win Partstown favorite driver race. The top 6 drivers by points, as accumulated all season long, are locked into the race already. And Monty Lemaire now knocks down the 7th spot. Let's go down to Ken Squire in victory lane.
All right, Monty Lemaire has won that final race. $1,000 to win coming up here tonight in just a moment. We're getting some of the scout folks down here at this time as well. And here's a guy I think many of you have seen race all season. I'd like to have you get to know him a little better. Boy, you must be tickled. It's really running tonight.
Sure is.
Mitch Loisel is here to present the award to you for winning this one and getting yourself a really good spot in one of the most popular races that's run at Thunder Road.
Congratulations on the run, and good luck a little bit later this evening, and hopefully you can find a good place on your mantle for that trophy, and maybe another one for the next race. Let's hope so.
All right. This car seems to be working really well for you right now.
Yeah, as long as the tires hold out.
Inside row 2, and on the outside, hopping a ride in the Jim Gallison Jr. car, that's Burger Blake in the 35 machine. The 49 is Mark Lanphier, 67, Jim Silly. Flipper Irwin in the 69, the 7 of Roger Poulin. While Bill Barkham in the 55 machine, the 00, Steve Miller. The 80 of Mike Knapp. 22, Gary Caron. Then the 77, Tom Tiller. The 13 machine, Richard Bootsy. The 25 of Dave Whitcomb, Brian Coburn in the 93, and Dwayne Lanphier in the 40. Once again, the number 2 machine, the Norm Andrews car, being driven by Tony Andrews, and the 35, the Jim Gallison Jr. machine, Burger Blake at the keyboards on the outside of row 2. Hammered on the inside of turn 1, spins around to the inside. He's back underway. Tony Andrews, Kip Stockwell, and Burger Blake third. Greg Blake in the Jim Gallison Jr. machine, trying to hang on to the number 3 position now. Mark Lanphier right behind in the 49, and the 68 of Jim Silly. Silly in the 68, up on the outside of Lanphier. 3-car battle for third. Silly almost off the back chute. 6th spot is Rupert Irwin. Bill Barkham 7th, then Steve Miller and Mike Knapp. Here comes Silly to the outside of Burger Blake on the back straightaway. Blake down low in the 35. Silly up high in the 68. Jim Silly up high has it. Blake back down low, will not give it up. Blake challenging again for 3rd place on the low groove. Silly up high trying to hold him off now. Burger Blake giving a ride to the Jim Gallison car as Silly finally gets around him. Look out, Mike Knapp spinning on the back chute. Bill Barkham and Dwayne Lanphier in it as well. Knapp trying to refire the 80 car. Leaders work back. We've got a yellow flag. Yellow flag. Caution on the speedway for Mike Knapp in the Pete's Auto machine. Knapp is back underway and will fall in at the rear of the pack. Jim Silly, the 68, now has taken over the 3rd spot after a good side-by-side battle with Burger Blake. Blake, in his first time in that automobile, the Jim Gallison Jr. car number 35, having a good run of it as he rides in 4th. Fifth right now, the 49 of Mark Lanfear. In sixth, the 00, Steve Miller. Rupert Irwin, seventh in the 69. Eighth, the 55 of Bill Barkham. Ninth right now is Gary Caron. Dwayne Lanfear is 10th. Then Dave Whitcomb, Tom Tiller, Jim Barton in the Richard Bootsy car, Roger Poulin, Brian Coburn, and Mike Potter. Field is set. Pace car is coming in. Tony Andrews and Kip Stockwell. Take one is out. Take one on the field as the back markers are a bit behind. Take one on the speedway, and they'll hustle the field around. As the middle and the back of the pack not quite able to catch up with the front that time. Here they come. They'll try it again. Tony Andrews, Kip Stockwell, Jim Silly, Burger Blake, green flag. Stockwell on the outside, sideways, hangs onto it. Andrews and Stockwell. Burger Blake up on the outside. Stockwell again is sideways. Halfway done this time, and Burger Blake goes to second. Blake in the 35. Oh, he's off the back chute. Somehow gathers it up, but everybody gets underneath him. Kip Stockwell, the 16 is your leader. Tony Andrews in the 2. 00, Steve Miller, Silly, and here comes the Burger again. Blake will not give it up on the outside. 5 laps to go next time. 5 to go, and here comes Miller. Steve Miller and Burger Blake battling back in the high groove now. Steve Miller to the high side of Stockwell. Nobody can get a handle on it. Rupert Irwin down pit road as the laps are winding down. 16 Stockwell. 00 Miller and Burger Blake up the outside. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag out is the report from turn 1. They got fluid all over the racetrack. And it may have been the 69 of Irwin as the flipper has just taken it down pit road. Roger Poulin right behind him in the 7. Somebody greasing things up quite nicely. Of the year. The 00, Steve Miller, last year's international champion. Tony Andrews, this year's Thunder Road Rookie of the Year, and the 89 track champion, Burger Blake. Here's the flipper set to rejoin it. The 69 is back. They'll run him through the speedy dry a time or two, then we'll be set to go. Yeah, I wonder how much of a deal Burger Blake made with Jim Gallison Jr. 10 down, 5 to go, and they're set for a restart. Here they come out of 4. Stockwell and Miller for the green. Miller on the outside has a nose in front. Steve Miller, Kip Stockwell. Oh, Burger Blake's off the back chute. Blake in the 35 takes it over the top. He is up and moving. Tough break for the Burger, running solid in the number 3 position. Still no sign of Blake out in the back 40 as the leaders work their way past. Kip Stockwell, Steve Miller, Tony Andrews, and Jim Silly. Here comes Blake. Burger Blake rejoins a lap in arrears, this time by 2 to go. 2 laps remaining for Kip Stockwell. Stockwell, Miller, and Tony Andrews. 1, 2, 3 on the back straightaway. White flag out. 1 lap to go now. Final time down the back chute. Kip Stockwell trying to lock up the win in the B feature. Checkered flag coming out. The 16, Kip Stockwell gets it. Miller second. Tony Andrews, Jim Silly, and Gary Caron the top 5. Kip Stockwell flying the colors in car number 16, your winner in the B feature. And the Partstown favorite driver, street tracks are ready to go. $1,000 to win for the Crunch Bunch. The biggest upfront payday in the history of this division, and believe me, it'll be a long time before they get another one. The top in number 80, Doug Murphy, finished third in the balloting. He will start third. Outside the zero from S6, Mark Barnier. Frenchie LaFountain in the Knights of Thunder, car number 77 will go inside row 3. Outside the Gerber baby, Chet DeVarney Jr. in car number 14.
We've got Kip Stockwell, who just won this B feature. Kip, what about the track?
It was real slippery after that restart, and I didn't know if I could hold on, but I'm glad the caution came out and put a little speed dry down, and after that, it was all the way from there.
Okay, we'll have a great run when you get down to that Tiger main event. Let's hear it for Kip Stockwell as he gets ready to go here in the Partstown Favorite Driver Championship Showdown very shortly. Again, here's Dave Moody.
All right, thank you, Ken. The Favorite Drivers Street Stock event coming down. We'll give them a little bit of a thrill tonight. We're going to pull them out of the car and introduce them to you, so you can give them your applause. The drivers that you voted for all summer long to get them into this race, and they are set to go for $1,000 to win. Side of row 12, Steve Craddock. Crash Craddock in the 65. See, I knew they couldn't do it. I knew they could. Oh, well. All right. Next in line, the 32 machine. The Bouchard Excavating. Car number 32, Ricky Dennis. In the number 10 machine, starting 22nd on the field, Skip Patton. Inside Patton. In the number 53 machine from Northfield, Les Abbey. Outside the next row, in the Steins Beverage, car number 11, Terry Reel from Barre, Vermont. And inside Reel, the Marshall Motors, car number 6 for Wild Willie Herring. He's won just about everything tonight for the Crunch Bunch. He's going to start all the way back in 18th, the 02 Teddy Clark. And inside Clark, first ride tonight in car number 03, Dean Aylward. The Deathmobile comes next in line on the outside from Washington, Rosaire Sear in car number 60. And inside Sear in the flashback, car number 25, hopping a ride in that machine tonight from Eastbury, Dizzy Dean Gallison. Next on the starting field, in the Spuds McKenzie, car number 68 from Randolph, Vermont, Cal Poulin. And inside Poulin, feature winner in 1991, the LaRoche, car number 19 for Jerry Humiston. Up across the start-finish line to the outside of the next row, car number 56, Rick Fleury. And inside Fleury, newly crowned the Thunder Road Street Stock Champion, Jimmy Young, in car number 1 from Morrisville. Next on the starting grid on the outside of row number 5, the 47 from Essex Junction is Mike Rivers. Inside Rivers to go 9th on the field, the 54, Steve Lovely. Ready to go 8th, the Williams Salvage Chevrolet. Flying Brian Williams in the 64 machine. And inside Williams, the Enduro Warrior Monty Lemaire from Morrisville in car number 48. The top 6 drivers by your vote in 1991. In the 6th position, the Stewart Limited Chevrolet, the Gerber baby, Chet DeVarney Jr. Inside DeVarney, ready to go 5th tonight. Car number 77, the Knights of Thunder machine, Frenchie LaFountain. Row 2 on the outside. The Barnier, car number 0 for Mark Barnier. 3rd spot on the field from the capital city, car number 80, Doug Murphy. Row 1 on the outside pole, car number 30 from Johnson, Vermont, Brent Courier. And ladies and gentlemen, the high point driver by virtue of your vote throughout the 1991 season from Essex Junction, the 35, Ron Weston. And these guys are ready to go. They're half frozen and let us go. All right. Get even. Steve Crash Craddock, the battling barrister from Berlin. All right. These guys have fought and tussled and tangled all summer long. There's not more than 3 of them that are speaking to any other 3. Final race race of the year, $1,000 on the line. Draw your own conclusions, folks. The Partstown Favorite Driver Race for the Street Stocks. Sponsored by Partstown, sanctioned by the American Pit Bull Association. This is it. John Fitzgerald getting the pace car out of there in record time. Here we go. Ron Weston and Brent Courier. Partstown Favorite Driver Races under green. Down the back chute, 35. Ron Weston is your leader. Whoop, 2 cars over the bank, just taking the shortcut. Weston in the 35. Brent Courier in the 30. The 80 of Doug Murphy. Mark Barre in the 0. Then Chet DeVarney and Flying Brian Williams. 2 laps in the books. Nobody wrecking it. Barney on the outside in the 0. Goes to 3rd place. On the outside, here comes the baby. Chet DeVarney moving to the outside of Doug Murphy. The battle for the number 4 spot. Sideways in 4, gathers it up. Ron Weston in the 35 out in front. And I guarantee he's already counting the money. Brent Courier second in the 30. Mark Barney of the 0, 3rd. Now Chet DeVarney is up to 4th. DeVarney in the 14 beginning to move. Right behind Doug Murphy, Flying Brian, Monty LeMaire, and Mike Rivers. The lead pair trying to pull away from the field now. Brent Courier looking to the outside of Weston on the back chute. 35, Weston your leader as Big Daddy gets the black flag. 35, Weston. Courier in the 30. The 0 of Barnier, and here comes the baby. Chet DeVarney going for 3rd on the back straightaway. The Gerber baby moving on the outside. DeVarney by a nose has 3rd now. Oh my heart, what would the Gerber baby do with $1,000? We'd be up to our Pampers and Pampers if he wins this thing. Lap traffic dead ahead. Brent Courier looking low for the lead. DeVarney going high for 2nd. The Gerber baby moving there, 3 wide on the back chute. Look out! Leaders tangle. Weston is off the track. Ron Weston off the track in the 35. Brent Courier now the leader in car number 30. Chet DeVarney in the 14. Coming up on the outside. Here comes the Gerber baby. Sideways again in 4. Chet DeVarney in the 14 going high. The baby wants $1,000. Courier holds him off at the line. Mark Barnier in the 0 is 3rd. Flying Brian on the outside. The 64 is 4th. 5th to Monty LeMaire. Here comes DeVarney to the inside. The baby fills the hole. Leaning on each other in 4. Halfway next time around. Halfway next time, and Courier holds off DeVarney. Lap cars piling up. Oh, they're whacking and stacking in 3. Courier to the outside of Billy Herring. Flying Brian down right behind him. Chet DeVarney looking low to make it 3 deep. Can't find the hole. Brent Courier holding on to the lapped automobile. Brian Williams now 2nd as the Gerber baby is trapped behind the slow car. DeVarney trying to fight his way out. The 14 down low gets underneath Monty LeMaire. 3 wide and 3. The Warriors off the track. Holy cow, the gloves are off. Brent Courier in the 30. The 64, Brian Williams. Then Chet DeVarney and Jimmy Young out of the back. Young in car number 1 beginning to move as they hit the lap traffic again on the front chute. up third overall. Chet Navarni, who probably got hit more times than the heavy bag, ends up second. The Gerber baby just kind of stopped up in turn 3. He says, man, I need a drink. Okay, Tigers, beat that. Holy cow, what a night for Jimmy Young. With 2 laps to go, he looked like he'd be lucky to be third. I don't believe it. Holy cow. Somebody send for the Gerber baby. Somebody send for the Gerber baby. Oh, man. Ken Squire down in Victory Lane. And Ken, I haven't seen anything that wild since Cale and the Allisons had a little punch-a-thon at Daytona.
What an unbelievable finish. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's get Jimmy Young over here. Wild right to the last moment. Brent Courier had it, came out of turn 4, engine turned sour, and Jimmy Young, sliding, comes across the line and wins by 3 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner in the street stock division, let's hear it for the Partstown Boy Scout champion, Jimmy Young.
Don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Wild. Did you have any idea as you came out of that car you're going to be able to save that car?
Oh, I thought it was Chet's race when he got on the inside of Brent. And then when he got tangled with the lap car, I thought it was Brent's race all the way, but I was going to make it as close as I could. And when he went into turn 3, the antifreeze and oil just started flying, and I just tried to pick my way through it. I got in the back of him a little bit. I didn't mean to get into him, but I just slid, and I couldn't do anything about it. This is the one I want to win.
Well, you made yourself 1,000. Mitch, you want to make the award. Mitch Loisel, ladies and gentlemen, from Partstown, for the Partstown of the Boy Scouts.
Congratulations on behalf of all the Partstown Auto Parts stores and the Bailey Brothers stores here in Barre, Montpelier. This is the Bailey Brothers Partstown. We thought we'd give you a clock. You know, you could put it on the wall and look at it and do whatever you want and remember what time it is when you're dusting it off. But congratulations on a great run.
Thank you.
This is Brian Bailey.
Thank you.
And here, let's...
Well, we're getting pictures of Jimmy Young. Ladies and gentlemen, what about a tremendous round of applause for a guy who also drove his heart out right to the line, Brent Courier. What a run, Brent, and what a sad way for it to finish.
Well, that's the way it goes.
Did you know it was going? Could you feel it getting loose?
No, not a thing happened. I think a hose let go or something.
Well, but it wasn't the motor. You think it was a hose?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a hose. It was strictly antifreeze.
Well, let's have a nice round of applause for Brent Courier, who certainly drove this race just magnificently. Well, that's what the second place goes to Brent Courier. Third place goes to Brent Courier. And Chet Navarni, Chet, get over here. Second place at the finish line. What do you think of that?
I have no idea. I didn't know what the hell was going on. All I saw was Brent go up with smoke. And next thing I know, I hit Jimmy in the door, and we're just like Daytona race or something. We're going through the infield. But hey, it was fun anyhow.
Did you have a good time this year?
Yeah, I did. I had a great time.
Well, that's good because you nearly gave your father a heart attack there at the finish of that one. All right, here's second place. Let's hear it for Chet Navarni, the Gerber baby.
Congratulations, Chet, on behalf of the Partstown stores. Hope you enjoyed the race, and we look forward to coming back next year and maybe doing the same program.
Well, thanks.
Third driver race for the Pepsi Flying Tigers once again. $1,000 to win by your vote, the starting 6. I guess in the aftermath of that favorite driver street stock race, we now can officially announce that Chet Navarni Jr. has been officially upgraded to Gerber Toddler for the 1992 season. We may even try him on some solid food, hard to say. We've piled up an awful lot of money for the Tigers, the streets, and of course, best of all, for the Boy Scouts.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the field for the favorite driver Tiger race, starting at the back of the pack. Hopping a ride in the Jim Gallison Jr. Buick this afternoon, or this evening rather, car number 35 from Barre, Berger Blake. Blake in the 35 tonight. Next in line, the Pete's Auto Buick, car number 80 from Montpelier, Mike Knapp. Next position up, car number 93 from Barre, Vermont, Brian Coburn in the Pontiac. And on the inside of Coburn, car number 7, the Ashley's Barre, Pontiac from Randolph, Roger Poulin. Next on the field, driving car number 13, the J&A Enterprises Buick, Richard Bootsy. Or is that Barton again? Barton again. Okay, Barton again in the 13. And next in line, I know who this is because I can see him from here, the 69, minus muffler Buick, Rupert Irwin, the flipper from Waterbury. Next up on the field, the DJS Transport Pontiac, car number 23 from Plainfield is Mike Potter. Then inside Potter, the Bouchard Excavating, car number 49 from Morrisville, Vermont, Mark Lanphier. Outside the next row, the 55 machine, recent graduate up from the Street Stock Division, Bill Barkham in a Buick. And next on the field, one of the all-time greats here at Thunder Road, the Ehlers RV, car number 77 from Kentucky, Colonel Tom Tiller. Next up, coming off a strong run in the main event, the Turbo Blue Oldsmobile, the 25 of Dave Whitcomb. And alongside Whitcomb, a Triple Crown in hand already tonight, the 22, Karen's Auto, Pontiac Gary Karen. Outside the next row, the Times Argus, Darling's Trucking Oldsmobile, from Groton, Vermont, Jim Silly in the 68 machine. And inside Silly, next on the starting field to go 9th tonight, car number 2, hopping a ride in car number 2. Is he back in his own car? No, it's Tony. Tony Andrews in car number 2. Next on the starting grid, car number 00, the WOKO, Pontiac from Bristol, Steve Miller. And inside Miller, running strong tonight, the Randolph Auto Supply, Buick Kip Stockwell for Randolph in the 16. Outside row 3 as we enter the top 6 drivers in the season-long voting. Car number 4, the Poulos Assurance, Simmons Cable, Pontiac, Big Bigelow from St. Johnsbury, the number 6 starter. And inside Bigelow comes the Ghostland Credit Mopar, car number 85 from the Granite City, Mike Pelkey. Multi-time Thunder Road track champion, voted into the number 4 spot tonight. Car number 15 from East Montpelier, Vermont, Joey LeCaire. Nice hat, Joe. In the 3rd starting position tonight, the TC Catering, Paz Automotive, car number 5 from Williamstown, Vermont, here's Pat Corbett. On the outside of row number 1 to start 2nd, the Du Bois Construction, Powers Recycling Ford from Morrisville, Phil Scott in car number 14. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Flying Tiger voting in the 1991 Partstown Favorite Driver Poll, the B&R Racing Ford Thunderbird from Hyde Park, Vermont, Red Mead in car number 1 is your pole sitter. That is the field, some 24 cars strong, ready to roll. $1,000 on the line to the winner, and these guys, fellas, you're going to have to turn it up just a notch to hold a candle to the streets. 25 laps for the Pepsi Flying Tigers, their final event of 1991 here at Thunder Road. Of course, in 3 weeks, they'll be across the lake at Airborne International Raceway in Plattsburgh, New York on the lightning fast half mile for the Fall Foliage 300. Saturday and Sunday, October 5th and 6th, Mackenzie Qualifying Day comes on Saturday with qualifying events for the American Canadian Tour late models, the Tigers, the Streets, and the Legends. And then on Sunday, main events, wrapping up the 1991 season with the Fall Foliage 300, the final event of the 1991 American Canadian Tour. The Street Stocks on Saturday at the 300, they're going to run like a mini milk bowl, 2 25 lappers, and there's some ungodly amount of money to win on that one too. All right, we're set to go. The Partstown Favorite Driver Tigers. Gentlemen, start your engines. See, these guys wait. They wait for me. Field set to roll away behind the Cody Chevrolet pace car. Still to come at the conclusion of this event, the Napa Legends. We've Red Mead, the veteran, draws the inside pole in the fan voting. The veteran Mead on the inside, the rookie, Phil Scott from Morrisville on the outside. Pat Corbett Corbett and Joey LeCaire, Mike Pelkey and Big Bigelow, the top 6 by your vote. And then the rear of the field, according to their qualifying earlier tonight. 25 laps for the Partstown Favorite Driver Trophy. Can duplicate the street stocks, we ought to throw an extra 1,000 in. There's no way they're going to do that. Lights are down on the pace car and we're set to go. Red Mead and Phil Scott, Pat Corbett and Joey LeCaire, Mike Pelkey and Big Bigelow. Here they come. Green flag is out. Second. Pat Corbett in the 5 is third. Kip Stockwell, 16, is a lap down, the number 4 car. Fluid coming off car number 5 of Pat Corbett. Pat Corbett leaking fluid in the number 5, and he's going to get the black flag, I believe, momentarily. A tough break for Pat Corbett as the black flag is out for the 5 machine. Putting down fluid off the back end of that Buick. Red Mead out in front. Boss Hogg beginning to pull away with it. Pat Corbett getting the black flag one more time. Black flag one more time in the number 5. Second place automobile is the 14 of Phil Scott. Third is the 85 Mike Pelkey, but here comes Steve Miller. Miller in the 00 on the outside. Automobile, the 14 of Phil Scott. Steve Miller almost off the back straightaway. Miller in the 00 hanging on to it. Red Mead, Boss Hogg beginning to pull away now. Miller down to the inside for second. Phil Scott holds him off on the left automobile. Miller tries to fight his way out. Down the back chute, Miller has it. Scott off the back straightaway gathers it up. 3 wide through the corner as now Gary Caron, the 22, is up to 4th place. Caron in the 22, now the 4th place automobile. 85, Mike Pelkey. Oh, Caron gets Phil Scott. Field scattering in 4. Everybody trying to get around it. Yellow flag, yellow flag. A tough break for Phil Scott, who gets turned around out of the number 2 spot. And a tough break as well for Red Mead, who had built up a huge lead in car number 1, and now is going to have to give it back. Kip Stockwell, 16, is also 1 lap down. Third place, the 22, Gary Caron, followed by Mike Pelkey, Tony Andrews, and Jim Silly. Field is correct, and we're set to go. 13 down, 12 remaining. 13 down, a dozen to go for Boss Hogg. And this would, I don't know, Stella, would this be the biggest win of his career? Sure as would, she says. Biggest win of her career, too. Pace cars coming in. Mead and Miller, Caron and Pelkey set for the go. Here they come. Out of turn 4. The start green is out and they're underway. Mead away with the lead. Miller down to the inside of the lap car holding second. Right behind Gary Caron. Bumping and grinding back through the field. Mead and Miller. Caron right behind. The top 3 have broken away. Top 3 cars breaking away on the back chute. Red Mead and Steve Miller. Mead and Miller making a 2-car dance now with 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go for Boss Hogg. Miller going to the outside. Can't find the traction up high, and Mead holds him up. Red Mead in the Ford. Steve Miller in the Pontiac. Then the 22, Gary Caron. Tony Andrews and the lap car of Kip Stockwell. Black flag out for the 69 of Rupert Irwin. The flipper dragging some parts, and here comes Miller. Miller again to the outside. Again, Mead holds him up. Miller drifting high into 1. Again, it's sideways. Down the back straightaway. Mead holds him off one more time. Boss Hogg in the 1. 0-0. Steve Miller ready to go at it for the lead now. $1,000 on the line to the winner. Mead sideways down the back straightaway, gathers it in around the lap car of Coburn. 5 to go. 5 to go for Boss Hogg. Red Mead 5 laps away from $1,000. Steve Miller is second. Gary Caron third. 4 to go. Red Mead and Steve Miller. Miller on the outside of Mead. It's on the line. 2 to go, and Miller has it. Steve Miller on the outside takes over the lead. Mead back to second. Caron is third. White flag is coming out. White flag for Steve Miller. Miller now pulling away on the back straightaway. Checkered flag is coming out. $1,000. The Partstown Spectacular to Steve Miller. Red Mead is second. Gary Caron third. Both to Mike Pelkey, Dave Whitcomb, Joey McCarron, and Tom Tiller. Oh, Stella Mead is absolutely crestfallen because only she knows that Red had to win that race in order for her to break even on the deal. Oh, well. A great run by Steve Miller, and the legends are coming. Someone alert Paul Revere. The legends are coming. And the legend Miller, the 0-0, comes from the number 8 spot to win the $1,000 Partstown favorite driver race for the Tigers. that's a rather nice consolation prize for the 00 team from Bristol. Miller came up just short earlier tonight in the battle for the International Championship, but $1,000 will buy a lot of Band-Aids. Steve Miller, the 00, coming down to victory lane. Let's go down to Ken.
Well, it was a great, great night. Don't go away. The legends are yet to come. The legends are coming. Here is Steve Miller victorious, and it was a dramatic and wonderful finish out here. Let's get to a third place. Gary Caron gets front and center. Mitch Loisel is here on behalf of Partstown, and we're trying to move this along for you tonight. We know it's just a tad chilly.
Gary, on behalf of the Partstown stores throughout Vermont, as far north as Newport and as far south as Randolph and out into New Hampshire and over into Burlington, I would like to, Brian Bailey's got it. Third place, I'd like to award you this clock for third place. We hope you enjoy the clock. It's kind of a different idea.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm going to hang it on the wall as soon as I get home.
You got to put a battery in it first.
Okay, now let's get the second place award. One of the most popular drivers in the history of Thunder Road. How about it for Red Mead, ladies and gentlemen?
I want to thank the crew and the fans for coming this summer. Thank you very much for the support. And Partstown.
Red, again, congratulations on behalf of the Partstown stores. We appreciate your participation. And on behalf of the Boy Scouts and everybody in the crew that helped raise this money, almost $19,000, we'd like to present you with this plaque for obtaining the most votes during the season.
Thank you very much. I hope you have your support next year, you guys.
Stella, pretty good show. What did he do wrong?
He let him get by.
Oh, that's terrible. All right, well, let's get the guy who pulled it all off. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, a great round of applause for Steve Miller and this great run he made tonight.
Steve Miller, congratulations. Thanks for your help, and a race well done.
Thank you very much. Thank the Boy Scouts. This was a great thing, and we could sure use a little bit of the money that Brant robbed us out of tonight. But I'd like to thank all my sponsors, WOKO, Barnaby Trucking, Suntan Sam's, Karen's Collision Center, B&R Racing, you know, everybody.
Okay, all right. Well, there they are. What a great run in the Partstown Boy Scouts favorite drive. Didn't they give you a good race tonight? Wasn't that great? Both of those races were just terrific. And I would remind you again that coming up October 5th and 6th is the grand finale for the whole season at Plattsburgh, New York. It's the old New England 300. For some of you old racing fans,